Hi, my name is Gladia Bolt, and today on behalf of the Undergraduate Showcase Committee, Ethan Breitman and I want to thank you for watching our Temple Theater's Fall 2020 Best of Undergraduate Showcase. 2020 has been quite the year. We've learned how to use tripods, how to set up ring lights, how to play scenes off of blank walls. We've become Zoom proficient, and we've kept the arts alive.
It's been hard. It's been tough, but despite it all, we've made it through another year and another semester. Our classes have been working so hard this semester, and here we are, virtually, to show them off to all of you today. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the Fall 2020 Best of Undergraduate Showcase.
Hi, I'm Federica Andina Vega, and I will be doing Moments in the Woods from Into the Woods. What was that? Was that me? Was that him? Did a prince really kiss me? And kiss me and kiss me? And did I kiss him back? Was it wrong? Am I mad? Is that all? Does he miss me? Was he suddenly getting bored with me? Wake up! Stop dreaming! Stop prancing about the woods! It's not beseeming. What is it about the woods? Back to life, back to sense, back to child, back to husband. No one lives in the woods. There are vows, there are ties, there are needs, there are standards, there are shouldn'ts and shoulds. Why not both instead? There's the answer if you are clever. Have a child for warmth and a baker for bread and a prince for whatever. Never, it's these woods. Face the facts, join the group, find the boy, join the giant, just get out of these woods. Was that him? Yes, it was. Was that me? No, it wasn't. Just a trick of the woods. Just a moment, one peculiar passing moment. Must it always be the less or more, either plain or grand? Is it always or is it never? And that's what woods are for those moments in the woods. Oh, if life were made of moments, even now and then a bad one. But if life were only moments, then you'll never know you had one. First a witch, then a child, then a prince, then a moment who can live in the woods. And to get what you wish only just for a moment, these are dangerous woods. Let the moment go. Don't forget it for a moment though. Just remember when you've had an and you're back to or. Makes the or mean more than it did before. Now I understand, and it's time to leave the woods.
Mr. O'Connor?
Huh?
I believe I will take a piece of gum, if you don't mind. Mr. O'Connor, I don't suppose you remember me at all.
You know, as a matter of fact, I did have an idea. I've seen you before. Do you know, it almost seemed like I was about to remember your name, but the name I was about to remember wasn't a name, so I stopped myself before I said it.
Wasn't it Blue Roses?
Blue Roses. Oh my gosh, yes. Blue Roses. You know, I couldn't connect you with high school or somehow or other, but that's where it was. It was high school. Gee, I didn't even know you were Shakespeare's sister. Gosh, I'm sorry.
I didn't expect you to. You barely knew me.
Say, didn't we have a class together or something?
Yes, we did.
What class was that?
It was singing, chorus.
Ah,
I sat across from you in the aisle, in the auditoriums, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
oh yeah, I remember now. You're the one who always came in late.
Yes, it was hard for me getting up the stairs. I had a brace on my leg back then. It clumped so loud.
I never heard any clumping.
To me, it sounded like thunder. Everyone was seated before I came in. I had to walk in front of all those people, and my seat was in the back row. I had to go clumping up the stairs with everyone watching.
I remember now. I used to call you Blue Roses. How did I ever get started calling you a name like that?
I was out of school a little while with pleurosis. When you asked me what was the matter, I said that I had pleurosis, and you thought that I said blue roses. And so that's what you called me after that.
I hope you didn't mind.
Oh no, I liked it. I never did have much luck at making friends.
You mean you were shy with people?
I tried not to be, but I never could,
Overcome it?
no, I never could.
Yeah. I guess it's a sort of thing that's hard to overcome.
Yes, I guess it,
Takes time.
yes.
Say, you remember that wonderful write-up I had in the Torch?
Yes, I do.
Oh, said I was bound to succeed in anything I went into. Holy jeez, the Torch!
Here you are in Pirates of Penzance.
Oh, the Pirates. I sang the lead in that operetta.
So beautifully.
You heard me then, huh?
I heard you all 3 times.
No.
Yes.
What for?
I wanted to ask you to autograph my program.
Why didn't you just ask me?
You were always surrounded by your own friends so much that I never had the chance. Everybody liked you.
Including you?
But yes, I did too.
Let me see that program, Laura. There you are. Better late than never.
My, what a surprise.
No, my signature's not worth very much right now, but maybe someday it will increase in value. What have you done since high school, huh?
Oh, I don't do anything much. Please don't think I just sit around doing nothing. My glass collection takes a good deal of time. Glass is something you should take care of.
What did you say about glass?
My collection. I have one.
Say, you know what I judge to be your principal trouble? Inferiority complex. You know what that is? That's what they call it when a fellow low rates himself. Oh, excuse me, Laura. I always take it out when the flavor's gone. I'll just wrap it up in this piece of paper. Yep, that's what I judge to be your principal trouble. A lack of confidence in yourself as a person. Now, I'm basing this off of a number of remarks and certain observations I've made. For instance, that clumping you thought was so awful in high school, you said you dreaded to go upstairs. Do you know what you did? You dropped out of high school. You gave up an education all because of a little clump, which as far as I can see is practically non-existent. What kind of glass is it?
Little articles, ornaments, mostly. Most of them are little animals made out of glass. tiniest little animals in the world. Mother calls them the glass menagerie. Here's an example of one if you'd like to see it. It's nearly 13. Oh, and be careful. If you breathe, it breaks.
I better not take it. I'm pretty clumsy with these things.
No, go on. I trust you with him. There. You're holding him gently. Hold him over the light. He loves the light. See how the light shines through him?
He sure does shine.
I shouldn't be partial, but he is my favorite one.
Say, what kind of thing is this supposed to be?
Haven't you noticed the single horn on his forehead?
Ah, a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Unicorns. Aren't they extinct in the modern world?
I know.
Poor little fellow. Must feel kind of lonesome.
Well, if he does, he doesn't complain about it. He sits on the shelf with all the other horses that don't have horns, and they seem to get along nicely together.
They do. Say, where should I put him?
Put him on the table. They all love a change of scenery once in a while.
I got rhythm, I got music, I got my gal who could ask for anything more. I got Daisy.
Say, it stopped raining. Where does that music come from?
From the Paradise Dance Hall across the alley.
How about cutting the rug, little Miss Wingfield? Or is that program of yours all filled up? Let me take a look at it. Oh, say, every dance is taken. I'll just scratch a few of them out. Oh, a waltz.
I can't dance. I've never danced in my life.
Come on, try.
But I'd step on you.
Well, I'm not made out of glass.
How do we start?
Hold your arms up a little.
Like this?
A little higher. There you are. Now don't tighten up. That's the principal thing about it. Just relax.
It's hard not to.
Okay.
I'm afraid you can't budge me.
What do you bet I can? There you go, Laura. That's it. Loosen up the backbone a little.
I know,
Come on.
I'm trying.
There you go. Ooh.
Oh. It doesn't matter.
We knocked a little glass horse over.
Yes.
Is he broken?
He's broken. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Oh, gee. I bet you'll forgive me. I bet that was your favorite piece of glass.
I'll just imagine he had an operation. His horn was removed to make him feel less freakish. Now he'll feel more at home with all the other horses, the ones that don't have horns.
I'm glad to see you have a sense of humor. You know, you're different than anyone else I know. Do you mind me telling you that? I mean it.
Hi, my name is Allie Brower, and today I'm going to be performing Millie's monologue from Picnic by William Inge. Madge, how do you talk to boys? Like, how do you think of things to say? I think he's a real show-off, because you should have seen him this morning on the high diving board. He was doing these real graceful swan dives and a 2.5 gainer in this backflip, and all the kids stood around clapping. He just ate it right up. And then he was bragging all afternoon about how he used to be this deep sea diver off Catalina Island, and how he used to make hundreds of dollars doing parachute jumps out of a balloon. Do you believe it, Madge? Madge, I think he's girl crazy too, because, well, Alan took us to the Hi-Ho for Cokes, and there was this gang of girls in the back booth, Juanita Badger and her gang, and when they saw him, they just started giggling and tee-heeing and saying all sorts of crazy things. And then Juanita Badger comes up to me and goes, "Well, isn't he just the cutest thing you ever saw?" Is he, Madge? Madge, do you think he'll like me? I don't care. I just wonder. Thank you.
Do you remember what you said to me on the dance floor? "Honey, you're dancing too close." When my girlfriend was teaching me how to dance, I asked her, "How do you know which way the boy is going to move?" And she said, "You've got to feel how he's going to move with your body." I said, "How do you feel with your body?" And she said, "By pressing up close." That's why I pressed up close. I didn't realize that I was... Now you're blushing. Don't go away. And a few minutes later, you said to me, "Gee, you're beautiful." I said, "Excuse me," and went to the ladies' room. Do you know why? To look at myself in the mirror. And I saw that I was, for the first time in my life, I was beautiful. You'd made me beautiful when you said that I was.
I'm Miranda Jo DeMott, and this is a monologue from Butterflies Are Free by Leonard Gersh. I really can't talk about him. No, I will talk about him. Sometimes it's good to do something you don't want to do. It cleanses the insides. He was terribly sweet and groovy looking, but kind of an adolescent, if you know what I mean. Girls mature faster than boys. Boys are neater, but girls mature faster. When we met, it was kind of like fireworks. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it was a marvelous kind of passion that made every day seem like the 4th of July. Anyways, the next thing I knew, we were standing in front of the Justice of Peace getting married. I knew him 2 or 3 weeks, but I mean, there we were, getting married. I was still in high school and I had 2 exams the next day. They were on my mind too. Then I heard the Justice of Peace saying, "Do you, Jack, take Jill to be your lawfully wedded wife?" I mean, can you imagine going through life as Jack and Jill? Then I heard "till death do you part," and suddenly it wasn't a wedding ceremony, but a funeral service. And I was being buried alive under Jack Benson. I wanted to run screaming out into the night, but I couldn't though. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. You can't go screaming out until 10 o'clock in the morning. So I passed out. If only I fainted before I said I do.
Hi, my name is Emily Bowden, and I will be doing Lottie's monologue from Dark at the Top of the Stairs. Do you remember how Mama and Papa used to caution us about men, Cora? My God, they had me so afraid of giving in to a man that I was petrified. So were you until Reuben came. My God, Cora, he had you pregnant inside of 2 weeks after he started seeing you. Maybe I should have married a man like that. I don't know. Maybe it was as much my fault as it was Morris's. Maybe I didn't respond right from the very first. You know, I'm going to tell you something, Cora, something I have never told another living soul. I never did enjoy it the way that some women say they do. Why are you so surprised? Because I talk kind of dirty at times? Well, that's all it is just talk. I talk all the time just to convince myself I'm alive. And I stuff myself with victuals just to feel like I've got something inside of me. And I'm full of all kinds of crazy curiosities about all the things in life that I seem to have missed out on. But now, Cora, I'm telling you the truth. Nothing ever really happened to me while it was going on. I remember the first time Morris and I were together after we were married. We were in bed together after it had happened, and he had fallen asleep, and I laid there wondering what in the world all the cautioning had been about. Nothing had happened to me at all, and I thought Mama and Papa must have been making things up. So don't come to me for sympathy, Cora. I am not the person to give it to you. Thank you.
You're much too lonely here, Joe. Wouldn't you like to go back to New York? What about your friend Friedrich? Wasn't that his name?
Nope. I ruined our friendship with my temper, just like I ruin everything, so I'm sure I'll never see him again.
I doubt that a sincere friend would be deterred.
I wish that were true. If I was a girl in a book, this would all be so easy. Just give up the world happily.
Laurie's returning, you know.
Oh, he is?
There's a letter from Amy. She's coming home. She's devastated about Beth. Aunt Marcia's very ill, so Laurie will accompany them.
That's good of him.
What is it?
I don't know. I've always been quite content with my family. I don't understand it. Perhaps I was too quick in turning him down. Laurie.
Do you love it?
If he asked me again, I think I would say yes. Do you think he'll ask me again?
But do you love him?
I care more to be loved. I want to be loved.
That is not the same as loving.
I know. You know, I just feel like women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts, and they've got ambition and they've got talent as well as just beauty, and I'm so sick of people saying that love is all a woman is fit for. I'm sick of it. But I'm so lonely.
Hello, my name is Gabriella Barrett.
And I'm Mason Walheim.
And we will be performing a scene from Danny and the Deep Blue Sea by John Patrick Shanley. You must like the country.
I hate the fucking country.
Why?
All them fucking trees, they smell bad.
No.
Yeah. They stink up everything like aftershave. The bugs all over the place. Mud. Rocks in your shoes. You can keep it.
You're funny.
Who's laughing?
Not me.
I had this teacher. He told me I was stupid right in front of everybody. So I punched him in his fucking eye. Split up real good. So they took me to this camp. They straightened my young ass out. I don't know what they was thinking about though. Getting bit up by a bunch of bugs and slopping through the fucking mud. One about to change my mind about some asshole teacher in James Monroe High School.
I went to the deli this morning to get a roll, and the Chinese guy put it in the bag. And he was happy. I could tell. Bad things happen, I guess, to him sometimes, but you can tell things went bad for him.
Let's go throw a rock through his window.
No, I got another idea. Let's be like him, Danny. For tonight, anyways. Let's be happy.
What are you talking about?
Let's be romantic.
What?
Let's be romantic with each other. Say things to each other.
Nah. Like what?
I don't know. Like, if you love me, I'll love you too.
I can't say shit like that.
Sure you can. I don't know. Sure I do. Let's be romantic with each other, Danny. We've got a bed, and we've just done love, and there's a candle and some kind of moon. What do we got? What do we got? It. Touch me. Put your hand on me nice and talk to me.
You're a nut. Huh?
Nice.
You're good looking.
No, I'm not.
Don't contradict me when I'm telling you something.
I'm sorry.
You're good looking.
Okay.
Yeah. You got a nice nose too.
A nice nose.
Yeah. It looks right at you. Yeah, that's right. You got a nose right there on your face, looking right at you, and it says hello. You got a nice chin too. Yeah. When you smile, it goes up like a balloon. No, better, like a bird of some sort. Yeah.
Thank you.
Shut up! I ain't finished yet.
You're not?
No, I gotta tell you about your mouth. Yeah, it's beautiful, like a flower. Yeah, that's right. You got a bird flying and a flower right there on your face, and all the while your nose is saying hello.
Stop.
You know what?
What?
Say your name.
Why?
Just say it.
Stop. Roberta.
Say it again.
Stop. Why?
I want to watch your mouth. Say your name. Say it again.
Roberta.
Again.
Roberta, what are you doing?
I'm watching your beautiful mouth say your beautiful name.
That's so nice. You're being so nice to me.
Roberta.
Stop.
Why?
It's like tickling me.
All right.
Now I'll be nice to you.
Nah.
Yes, I will.
Nah, you don't have to.
Yes, I do too. I'll save your eyes for last. You did so good. I don't know what to say.
Don't do nothing.
Your hair. Oh, your hair is very sexy.
Shut up.
Very sexy because it's like strong and soft at the same time, and it feels good when you touch it.
Come on. Let's talk about something else.
All right. You've got friendly ears.
I ain't got friendly anything.
You've got friendly ears. They make me feel friendly. They make me feel like I want to shake hands.
It's so fucking silly, man.
Don't curse.
Okay.
I was saving your eyes because they're so dark and beautiful. And I don't think I know how to say things about him. Your heart. I can see your heart.
No!
Don't be scared, baby.
No. Don't touch me. It burns.
Somebody hurt my baby. Somebody hurt him. Somebody hurt his hands. Somebody hurt his face. I love you, Danny. I love you. I know you hurt, baby. I love you.
What are you doing to me?
I'm loving you.
Stop.
No.
It's too much.
Come on.
I'm breathing.
No, you're not.
I'm breathing too much.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna die from this.
It's just an idea in your mind. Look at me. Look at me.
You're good to be with.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Moore, and I'll be performing my final monologue for Acting 1, which is a piece from Glengarry Glen Ross by David Mamet. You stupid fucking cunt. You, Williamson, I'm talking to you, shithead. You just cost me $6,000. $6,000 in one Cadillac, that's right. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, asshole? You fucking shit! Where did you learn your trade? You stupid fucking cunt, you idiot! Whoever told you that you could work with men? I'm gonna have your job. Shithead, I'm going downtown and I'm gonna talk to Mitch and Murray and I'm going to Lemkin. I don't care who you know, whose fucking nephew you are, whose dick you are sucking on. You are going out. I swear to you, you are going. Anyone in this office lives on their wits. I'm gonna be with you in a fucking second. What you're hired for is to help us. Does that seem clear to you? To help us, not to fuck us up. To help men who are going out there trying to earn a living. You fairy, you company man, I'll tell you something else. I hope you knocked the joint off. I'll tell our friend here, something might help him catch you. God, you wanna know the first rule you'd know if you ever spent a day in life? You never open your fucking mouth till you know what the shot is, you fucking child! Don't leave, I have to talk to you. You fucking child.
Your father was a locksmith too?
Yeah. I took it over when my dad died. I like it, you know, you meet interesting people like you.
The lock works perfectly, by the way.
I'm glad I could help.
Mine tastes fantastic, I guess because it's all seasonal.
Yeah, seasons seem so much bigger than they used to be. Do you like farmers markets and stuff?
You?
Not really. I don't like having to buy things from people. You know? Like, I took a sample from this pastry guy once, and I didn't pay for it. And he looked at me like he was gonna kill me. you know?
The guy on Route 10 on Saturdays.
Exactly.
He's creepy.
My girlfriend, my last girlfriend, said I had a problem differentiating my needs from other people's.
This is Karen?
Yeah. Have I been talking about her too much?
No.
We broke up like 6 months ago, I guess. The wound is just fresh. When was your last relationship?
It's been a while.
It's rough out there. Like a year or two ago?
A little longer.
Oh, like a few years ago.
Actually, it's been a really long time. 20 years.
No. Oh my God.
Do you think I'm weird?
No. Not at all. "20 years is a long time."
I shouldn't have told you.
Not at all. It's no big deal. Were you like abused?
No.
Or I shouldn't have asked that. It's no big deal. We should just drop it. I mean, maybe it's good, you know, you can't repeat old habits if you didn't start them.
Let's just go home.
So was there like dating?
Hi, my name is Danny Coates and I will be doing Girlfriend's Monologue from Really. I think art is important. Like, I really do. But maybe I only think it's important because it's the one thing I come closest to knowing how to do. But even that, I look at Calvin's work and I look at my work and I know that his is just better. I can't not look at his photos. I'm drawn into them. I want to look at them and I love him, and maybe that's why. I don't know why, but his are just better. And people have always told me that his were better, always, and that used to make me love him more. And be so jealous. And so full of love. And now I don't know what to do with that. And I feel bad for myself. And then I'm thinking about my problems with respect to the world, and I think, fuck. And then I'm thinking about myself again. And then I'm thinking about him again. And then I'm thinking about him not thinking about me. Looking at me and not thinking about me at all. And it's not uncommon. It's not an uncommon thing to be alone or unhappy. It's not uncommon to fail and fail and fail, but when I look at my work and I look at Calvin's work, I just think at least I know that I'll never amount to anything. At least I know that. At least I know that I'll never make anything for anyone to see. So that I'm not, I don't know, polluting the future or something. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Gabe Calderon, and I will be performing a monologue by Ben from Netflix Originals Ozark. Hey, you know, I got that feeling, like when you just quit a job, and you tell your boss to get fucked and just drive away. What, man? It's a good feeling. Hey, you ever wake up in the middle of the night? You just start thinking of the worst possible scenario. You know, like you're driving your car. Some kid comes out of nowhere on a bike or one of them scooters, and you smack into that kid. And the kid dies. The good part of your life? Man, it's over. You know, I wake up, I just flash to that. You know, me, not you. You know, in my warm bed, roof over my head, food in the fridge. Hell, I need a fridge in the first place, right? You know, I'll wake up, I'll just start thinking about the guy by the gun store that lives in a tarp. And the city just keeps fucking with him. You know, but he's just a guy, man. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just a guy out of his fucking mind, and he's just trying to get it all together, man. But he can't. You know, because he can't. He can't, because he can't. He can't find that click anymore. No, but there are days, I'd imagine, there are days when it's like, you know, when it's close. Man, when it's like, I remember who I am now. And I don't gotta sleep on the sidewalk by the gun store in order not to kill myself. Or kill my wife. Oh, but then he loses it. Another day goes by. I lie in my bed. Cry about killing the kid on the bike. Or the homeless Marine by the gun store. Or my father dying. And my father was not a good man, sir, but you know, I just imagine him there at the end. I just wanted to hold him, you know? But I guess that's always been a problem of mine. I just dive deep into other people's shit, man. I just worry. God, what a shame. But anyway, man, my day's been going great. How about yours? Thank you.
Do you ever think of yourself as actually dead? You know, lying in a box with your lid on it? Nor do I, really.
It's silly to be depressed by it. I mean, one might think of it like being alive in a box. One keeps forgetting to take into account that one is dead, which would make all the difference.
Wouldn't it? I mean, you wouldn't know you were in a box. It'd be like if you were asleep in a box. Not that I'd like to sleep in a box, mind you. Not without in the air. You wake up dead for a start. Then where would you be?
Apart from being inside a box, that's the bit I don't like, frankly. That's why I don't think of it. Because you'd be helpless, wouldn't you? Stuffed in a box like that. I mean, you'd be in there forever, even taking into account the fact that you're dead, which isn't a pleasant thought, especially if you're dead, really. Ask yourself, if I ask you straight off, I'm going to stuff you in a box now. Would you rather be alive or dead? Naturally, you'd prefer to be alive. Life in a box is better than no life at all, I expect. You have a shot, at least. You could lie there thinking, well, at least I'm not dead.
10 guns pointed in my face, and all I could think of was a race. Me versus the fat white man in the uniform. 4 years of varsity track and field, best bet on me. I could smoke all 10 of them. But just as arrows and spears held no weight against the white men's muskets, my little brown legs were futile to the power of a bullet. 4 friends in a truck, hot boxing, beatboxing, catching a midnight vibe type of night when a police car rolled up on the right. But oblivious to us, a relief. It was time to move away from that block. We started the ignition, and the minute the truck lights turned on, a second and third police cruiser cornered us. In the blink of an eye, a sea of red, white, and blue blinded me. My ears perched at the sounds of guns clicking, preparing to fire. Click. This is it. This is how I'm going to die. Click. After busting my ass in school, trying so hard not to be a statistic, this is how I'm gonna go out. Click. Click. And 1 minute, I'm talking to my mom about my college dorm list, and the next minute, I'm begging a police officer not to fire his gun into my brains.
Put your hands up. Up!
My mother is going to lose her shit. The weed drops to the floor.
Yes or no? Do you have any weapons in the car? Yes or no?
He didn't need to yell it twice. If Simon Says was an Olympic sport in which Simon was the police, black people would get the gold medal every time.
Slowly exit the vehicle. Slowly. Slowly.
We opened the car door. 4 officers approached, handcuffs at the ready. We were pushed against the gate and probed from head to ass to toe. It was only after the probing that the 6 other police officers lowered their guns. How old are you? We went down the line. 19, 19, 18. I'm 17, I said, looking into his blue eyes, searching for empathy. Whose car is this? It was my friend's mother's car, and he said so, adding, I can call her if you want. Explosion.
You being smart with me, son? Don't you backtalk me. You better watch
The officers ran the car plate number, and to their disappointment, we were telling the truth. You got a smart-ass mouth, but I'm gonna let you go. You remember this next time because I'm doing you
a favor.
What favor? The favor of sparing my life? The favor of reminding me why black and brown people can't go out at night? The favor of reminding me that you don't see us as humans. In fact, you don't see us at all. I'll never forget those blue eyes I saw that night. They looked right through me. No empathy, no reasoning, just empty. I saw those eyes again, standing in front of that line of police officers, chanting for George Floyd. I looked into those empty blue eyes again.
I learned survival, taught myself not to care. I was my one single good companion, taking my comfort there. Up in my room, I planned my conquests on my own, never asked for a helping hand. No one would understand. I never asked the pair that fought below, just in case they said no. Pity the child who has ambition, knows what he wants to do, knows that he'll never fit the system others expect him to. Pity the child who knew his parents, saw their faults, saw their love die before his eyes. Pity the child that wise. He never asked, did I cause your distress? Just in case they said yes. When I was 12, my father moved out. He left with a whimper, not with a shout. I didn't miss him, he made it perfectly clear. And I was a fool and probably queer. Fool that I was, I thought this would bring those he had left closer together. Well, she made a move the moment he crawled away. I was the last the woman told. She never let her bed get cold. Someone moved in, I shut my doors. Someone to treat her just the same way as before. Well, I took the road of least resistance. I had my games to play. I had the skill and more the hunger. Easy to get away. Pity the child with no such weapons. No escape, no defense from the tides that bind. Always a step behind. I never called to tell her all I'd done. I was only a son. Pity the child, but not forever. Not if he stays that way. He can get all he's ever wanted if he's prepared to pay. Pity instead the careless mother. What she lost, what she left, what she let me go. And I wonder, does she know? I never called a crazy thing to do. Just in case she said, oh.
You've been wonderful looking after Angie.
Don't get carried away.
I can't write letters, but I do think of you.
You're getting drunk. I'm going to make some tea.
Love you.
I can see why you'd want to leave. It's the dump here.
So what's this about you and Frank?
He was always carrying on, wasn't he? And if I wanted to go out in the evening, he'd go mad. Even if it was nothing, a class. I was going to an evening class. So, he had this girlfriend, only 22, poor cow. And I said, go on, off you go, hop it. I don't even think he likes her.
So, what about money?
I've always said I don't want your money.
No. Does he send you money?
I've got 4 different cleaning jobs. It adds up. There's not a lot around here.
Does Angie miss him?
She doesn't say.
Does she see him?
He was never that fond of her, to be honest.
He tried to kiss me once, when you two were engaged.
Did you fancy him?
No! God, he looked like a fish.
He was lovely then.
Ugh.
Well, I fancied him. For about 3 years.
Have you got someone else?
There's not a lot around here. Mind you, the minute you're on your own, you'd be amazed how your friends' husbands drop by. I'd sooner do without.
I don't see why you couldn't take my money.
I do, so don't bother about it.
Only got to ask.
So, what about you? Good job.
Good for a laugh. Got back from the US of A a bit wiped out and slotted straight into this speedy employment agency and still there.
Oh, you can always find yourself work then.
That's right.
And men?
Oh, there's always men.
No one special.
There's fellows who like to be seen with a high-flying lady. Shows they've got something really good in their pants, but they can't take the day-to-day. They're waiting for me to turn into the little woman, or maybe I'm just horrible, of course.
Who needs them?
Who needs them? Well, I do. But I need adventures more, so on into the sunset. I think the 80s are going to be stupendous.
Who for?
For me.
Oh, yes.
I'm going up, up, up.
I'm sure they will.
And for this country, come to that. Get the economy back on its feet and whoosh. She's a tough lady, Maggie. I'd give her a job.
You voted for them.
Hang in there. This country needs to stop whining. Monetarism is not stupid.
Shut up, pet.
It takes time, determination, no more slop. And who's got to drive it on?
I think they're filthy bastards.
First woman prime minister. Terrifico. Aces right on, you must admit.
What good's a first woman if it's her? I suppose you'd like Hitler if he was a woman. Miss Hitler. Got a lot done, Hitlerina. Great adventures.
Both are still walking on their workers' faces. Still Dada's little parrot. Haven't you learned to think for yourself? I believe in the individual. Look at me.
I am looking at you.
Come on, Joyce. We're not going to quarrel over politics.
We are, though.
Forget I mentioned it. Not a word of slimy unions will cross my lips.
You say Mother had a wasted life.
Yes, I do. Married to that bastard.
What sort of life did he have?
A violent life?
Working in the fields like an animal.
Come on, it.
You want to drink? He couldn't afford a whiskey.
I don't want to talk about him.
You started. I was talking about here. She had a rotten life because she had nothing. She went hungry.
She went hungry because he drank the money.
It's not all
You
down.
hit her. She didn't hit him.
Their lives were rubbish. They were treated like rubbish. He's dead and she'll die soon, and what sort of life do they have?
I saw him one night. I came down.
You think I didn't?
I still have dreams.
They didn't go to America and ride across it in a fast car. Bad nights.
Oh, America. America. You're jealous.
Jealous?
Jealous because I knew when I was 13 years old I had to get out of there. Out of that house, out of them. Never let that happen to me.
Jealous
Never
of
let
what
them
you've
flick
done.
my own way out.
You're ashamed of me. If I came into your office and your smart friends,
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of you. Think of nothing but yourself. You've gone on nothing's changed for most people.
I hate the working class.
Yes, you do.
This is what you're going to go on about now, isn't it? It doesn't exist anymore, Joyce. It means stupid, lazy.
Oh, come on, now we're getting
I don't like the way they talk. I don't like beer guts and football vomit and saucy tits and brothers and sisters.
I spit when I see a Rolls Royce. Scratch it with my ring. Mercedes.
Very mature.
I hate the cows I work for, and their dirty dishes of blanquette are fucking veau.
And I won't be pulled down to their level by a flying picket. And I won't be sent to Siberia with a loony bin just because I know that
You'll be put on a yacht. You'll be head of Coca-Cola. Just you wait. The 80s is going to be stupendous, all right? Because we'll get you lot off our backs.
I'm original. And I support Reagan, even if he is a lousy movie star, because the Reds are swarming up his map. And I want to be free, in a free world.
What? What?
I know what I mean by that. Not shut up
I'll be
here.
around you when it happens. Because if someone's kicking you, I'll just laugh.
I don't mean anything personal. I don't believe in class. Anyone can do anything if they've got what it takes.
And if they haven't?
If they're lazy, stupid, or frightened, I'm not going to help them get a job. Why should I?
What about Angie?
What about Angie?
She's lazy, stupid, and frightened. So what about her?
You run her down too much. She'll be all right.
I don't think so, no. I expect her children will say what a wasted life she has. If she has children. Because nothing's changed and it won't with them in.
Them? Them? Us and them?
And you're us!
And you're them! Wonderful them! And Mum and Dad's them! And Angie's them!
Yes, that's right, and you're them.
Come on, Joyce, what a night. You've got what it takes.
I know I have.
I didn't really mean all that.
I did.
We're friends anyway.
I don't think so, no.
Well, it's lovely to be out in the country. I really must make the effort to come more often. I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep.
Good night. I hope you'll be warm enough.
Good night. Joyce?
No, Beth. Sorry.
Hey, so you're gonna be mad, but Annalise offered me a job and I want to take it. So.
Yeah, she told me. I think it's a great idea.
You do?
Yeah, I do. She also told me about Stanford. Is it true? Alright, here's the thing. The fact that you felt that you had to do that, I mean, that tells me that, I wasn't listening when you said that you didn't want to move. I was just putting my feelings before yours, and I'm sorry for that.
You're sorry.
Yeah.
This isn't okay. You get to be angry.
But I'm not.
Okay, well, you should be.
Says who?
Anyone who hears the story. I mean, I stole an amazing opportunity from you.
Yeah, and I'm forgiving you.
Okay, which isn't okay. I mean, you should be like pissed off or yelling at... But the fact that you're not... Okay, maybe we're both just, like, really messed up, or the sex is so good that we can't see it, but this is not what a healthy relationship looks like. Okay, well then that's really sad.
I know.
That's really sad.
How is that sad? I love you, Ollie.
Okay, seriously? Like, that's your response to finding out that I lied to you?
Everyone lies in relationships.
Okay, no. I don't. Or at least I don't want to be someone who does. So
what?
I love you. I love you so much.
Okay, now you're scary.
Okay, just let me say this. You've been so good to me. You stayed with me even when most guys would have run, but you didn't even bat an eye. You just loved me.
And you loved me back.
No, I know. But I'm different now than when we first met.
How is that my fault?
No, it's not your fault. I just don't know who I am anymore.
Well, we all go through that.
No, I know, but I think it would be better for me if I went through it alone.
So what? You're saying you want to take a break or something?
I think we should break up.
So, here we are. Fuck. This is my life. I tried and I failed, so I tried again. And I didn't fail better, I failed worse. The story of my life has already been written, and the Cliff Notes version is you fucking suck, which I guess I've always known. Thanks, Mom. So what's the point? What's the point of going on? What's the motherfucking point? My life is a disaster. Love is a shipwreck. And my art has about as much of a chance of changing the world as fucking Congress! The fuck are you laughing at? Is this funny to you? Enjoying my pain? Well, do you know what happens next? Do you? Well, for those of you not so well versed in 19th century Russian drama, this is where I die. Yep. That's right, campers. I die. Anguished tears burn my manuscripts. Despair, despair, despair. Gunshot. And then you cry. You cry. Or wake up. Or whatever. And then you stand up, give a quick little thumbs up, thumbs down, a non-committal shrug to whoever you're here with, and then you check your phone for any mixed tests or missed calls before you even slide to the end of your fucking row. This is where the play ends. I'm dead. Nina's shithouse crazy. And everyone prances on their own merry way. And no one's life is changed. Right? Right? Another play, over and done, and once again, nothing real has happened. Well, maybe this is just a stupid fucking play. Maybe I don't want to shoot myself. Maybe I want to go on like this, wallowing in existential angst from production to production to production to production until the end of time. Maybe I want to go on losing and failing and losing and... then where's the catharsis? This is a play, or whatever, right? So you'll all want some form of catharsis, also want your money back. Well, where is it? We didn't forget it, did we? Does somebody know where the catharsis is? We didn't forget to bring it, did we? Can a fella get a little fucking catharsis in here? Or not?
I mean, I was just walking down the street, and they came up on me like they was important. And they started pushing me around, you know? And they pushed me into this hallway, and they started punching at me. And I just fell into this ball on the floor so they couldn't hurt me or nothing. But if I came down there again, I'd bring a couple of guys, like my friends, you know? Like, it wouldn't have to be you or anything, just a couple or 3 big guys, like walking down the street, you know, just so they could see I got these buddies here. See, I'm on H. I mean, I'm flying and I gotta talk, man, but I'm serious now. Just a few guys and they'd leave me be, you know? I mean, walking down the street by myself, I get scared as hell, man. I mean, I can't protect myself or nothing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, if you were walking down the street with these buddies, you could do, man, you could do anything.
I am Rihanna Green. I'll be performing Raina's monologue from Jitney by August Wilson. Nah, you bought a den for Darnell, that's what you did, so you can watch your football games. But what about the kitchen, the bathroom? How many windows does it have in the bedroom? Is there some place where Jesse can play? How much closet space does it have? You can't just surprise me with the house and I'm supposed to say, oh, Darnell, that's nice. At one time I would have, but I ain't 17 no more. I have responsibilities. I want to know if it has a hookup for a washer and dryer so I can wash Jesse's clothes. And if it has a yard, and do it have a fence, and how far Jesse has to go to school. I ain't thinking about where to put no TV. That's not what's important to me. And you supposed to know, Darnell. You supposed to know what's important to me like I'm supposed to know what's important to you. I'm not asking you to do this by yourself. We in this together. See? House or no house, we still ain't got the food money. And if you would have told me, if you would have shared that with me, we could have went to my mom and got $80 for the house and still had money for food. You did it all wrong, Darnell. You did the right thing, but you did it all wrong. Thank you.
So it's your birthday. How old does that make you?
32, Mr. Dunn. I'm here celebrating the fact that I spent another year scrubbing dishes and waitressing, which is what I've been doing since I was 13. And according to you, I'll be 37 before I can throw a decent punch. And which I have to admit, for spending a month getting nowhere with this speed bag, maybe God's simple truth. And another truth is, my brother's in prison. My sister cheats on welfare by pretending one of her babies is still alive. My daddy's dead, and my mama weighs 312 pounds. I was thinking straight. Go back home, find a used trailer, buy a deep fryer and some Oreos. Problem is, this is the only thing that I've ever felt good doing. Too old for that? I got nothing. Had enough truth for you?
Hi, my name is Journey Lutz, and I will be performing a monologue from Bright Half-Life by Tanya Barfield. I don't want it to fade, so I don't want to overuse the words because someday, maybe, we might want to have kids. I mean, I know I do, and I think you do too. I mean, we're dating, past tense, but you can just tell we might be one of those couples, you know, major, not minor. Don't you think? Don't you think we might? I hope we might watch our kids get married. We might make ourselves chicken soup in the rain. Don't you think we're major, not minor? When you smell the coffee in the morning, you'll think of me because I'll be the one making the coffee, and when you close your eyes at night, you'll think of me because I'll be those tiptoes you don't hear tiptoeing to bed. I'll be those lips, bring you kisses and the smell of oranges in January. I don't want it to fade. I'd give you more than a life if I could. And I'm not supposed to say that because how long have we been dating? Not that long, but you can just tell. And I know that you might say, I'm young. We're both young. I don't know what's a lifetime, but I'd give you days, nights, the sun, moon, and clouds if I could. You could tie them up on a string and fly them like a kite. They'd fly you. That's what's in those 3 words you say I'm afraid to say. That's what I wanted to say. Take me. You want to go hang gliding or parasailing or skydiving or wherever. Take me to all those places you want to go.
Hello, my name is Colin Haber,
And I'm Caitlin Navarette.
and today we are going to be doing a scene from Richard III. I will be portraying Richard III.
And I will be playing Lady Anne.
Here we go. Lady, you know no rules of charity, which renders good for bad, blessings for curses.
Villain, thou knowest nor law of God nor man, no beast so fierce but knows some touch of pity.
But I know none, and therefore am no beast.
Oh, wonderful when devils tell the truth.
More wonderful when angels are so angry. Vouchsafe, divine perfection of a woman, of these supposed crimes to give me leave by circumstance, but to acquit myself.
Vouchsafe, diffused infection of a man, of these known evils, but to give me leave by circumstance to curse thy cursed self.
Fairer than tongue can name thee. Let me have some patient leisure to excuse myself.
Valor than heart can think thee, thou canst make no excuse current but to hang thyself.
By such despair I should accuse myself.
And by despairing shalt thou stand excused for doing worthy vengeance on thyself that didst unworthy slaughter upon others?
Say that I slew them not.
Then say they were not slain, but dead they are, and devilish slave by thee.
I did not kill your husband.
Why then he is alive.
Nay, he is dead, and slain by Edward's hands.
In thy foul throat thou liest. Queen Margaret saw thy murderous falchion smoking in his blood, the which thou once didst bend against her breast, but that thy brothers beat aside the point.
I was provoked by her slanderous tongue, that laid their guilt upon my guiltless shoulders.
Thou wast provoked by thy bloody mind, that never dreamst on aught but butcheries. Didst thou not kill this king?
I grant you.
Dost grant me, hedgehog? Then God grant me too thou mayest be damned for that wicked deed. Oh, he was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
The better for the King of Heaven that hath him.
He is in heaven, where thou shalt never come.
Let him thank me, that hope to send him thither, for he was fitter for that place than earth.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes, one place else, if you will hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber.
Ill rest betide the chamber where thou liest.
So will it, madam, till I lie with you.
I hope so.
I know so. But, gentle Lady Anne, to leave this keen encounter of our wits, and fall into a slower method, is not the causer of the timeless deaths of these Plantagenets, Henry and Edward, as blameful as the executioner?
Thou wast the cause and most accursed effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect. Your beauty that did haunt me in my sleep to undertake the death of all the world, so I might live 1 hour in your sweet bosom.
If I thought that, I tell thee, homicide, these nails should rend that beauty from my cheeks.
Weak eyes could never endure that beauty's rack. You should not blemish it if I stood by, as all the world is cheered by the sun, so I by that. It is my day, my life.
Black night o'ershade thy day, and death thy life.
Curse not thyself, fair creature. Thou art both.
I would I were, to be revenged on thee.
It is a quarrel most unnatural to be revenged on him that loveth thee.
It is a quarrel just and reasonable to be revenged on him that killed my husband.
He that bereft thee, lady, of thy husband, did it to help thee to a better husband.
His better doth not breathe upon the earth.
He lives that loves thee better than he could.
Name him.
Plantagenet.
Why, that was he.
The selfless name, but one of better nature.
Where is he?
Here. Why dost thou spit at me?
Would it were mortal poison for thy sake.
Never came poison from so sweet a place.
Never hung poison on a fouler toad. Out of my sight, thou dost infect mine eyes.
Thine eyes, sweet lady, have infected mine.
Hello. I will be performing Queen Margaret's monologue from William Shakespeare's Richard III. Bear with me. I am hungry for revenge, and now I cloy myself with beholding it. Thy Edward, he is dead. That killed my Edward. Thy other Edward dead, to quit my Edward. Young York, he is but boot, because both they match not the high perfection of my loss. Thy Clarence, he is dead, that stabbed my Edward. And the beholders of this frantic play, the adulterate Hastings, Rivers, Vaughan, Grey, untimely smothered in their dusky graves. Richard yet lives. Hell's black intelligencer only reserved their factor to buy souls and send them thither. But at hand ensues his piteous and unpitied end. Earth gapes, hell burns, fiends roar, saints pray to have him suddenly conveyed from hence. Cancel his bond of life, dear God, I pray, that I may live and say the dog is dead. Thank you.
What studied torments tyrant hast for me? What wheels? Racks? Fires? What flaying, boiling, and leads or oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyranny together working with thy jealousies, fancies too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done, and then run mad. Indeed, stark mad, for all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. That thou betray'st Polixenes 'twas nothing. That did but show thee of a fool inconstant and damnable and grateful. Nor was much thou wouldst have poisoned good Camilla's honour. To have him kill a king, poor trespass is more monstrous standing by, whereof I reckon the casting forth to crows thy baby daughter to be or none or little. Though a devil would have shed water at a fire ere done it. Nor is directly laid to thee the death of the young prince, whose honourable thoughts, aye, for one so tender, cleft to the heart, that could conceive a gross and foolish sire, blemished his gracious dam. This is not no late to thy answer, but the last. O lords, when I have said, cry, woe, the queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead. And vengeance for it not dropped down yet. I say she's dead. I'll swear it. If word nor oath prevail, not go and see if you can bring tincture or lustre in her lip or eye, heat outwardly or breath within. I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But O thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years upon a barren mountain, naked, fasting, and still in winter storm perpetual, could not move the gods to look that way thou wert. Thank you.
That's false. A truer, nobler trust to your heart, more loving or more loyal, never beat within a human breast. I would not change my exiled, persecuted, mangled husband, oppressed but not disgraced, crushed, overwhelmed, alive or dead, for prince or paladin in story or in fable, with a world to back his suit. Dishonored. He dishonored. I tell thee, Doge, 'tis Venice is dishonored. His name shall be her foulest, worst reproach, for what he suffers, not for what he did. 'Tis ye who are all traitors, tyrant. Ye. Did you but love your country like this victim who totters back in chains to tortures and submits to all things rather than to exile, you'd fling yourselves before him and implore his grace for your enormous guilt. He was good to me, Rodolfo. You don't know him. He was always the sweetest guy to me. Good. He razzes me all the time, but he don't mean it, I know. And I would just feel ashamed if I made him sad, because I always dreamt that when I got married, he would be happy at the wedding and laughing, and now he's mad all of the time and nasty. And tell him you live in Italy. Just tell him, and maybe he'd start to trust you a little, see? Because I want him to be happy. I mean, I like him, Rodolfo, and I can't stand it!
And rolling.
Hi, I'm Dylan Burke. And I'm Luke Johnson. We'll be doing a scene from Old Boy, 2003. Hey, dick shit!
Dick shit! A new word? They don't teach you swear words on television. Let's see if 10 years of imaginary training will pay off. Apparently it did.
Let him come and find me. I've had enough of this trying for work. Why should I go round and round after a job like a bloomin' squirrel in a cage? Give us a job, sir. Take a man on, got a wife and 3 children. Sick of it, I am. I'd sooner lie here and rot. Jones, come and join a demonstration. Come and hold a flag and listen to the radiators. Go home as empty as you came. There's some that seems to like that, the sheep. I'll go seeking for a job now and see the brutes looking me up and down. It's like 1,000 serpents inside me. I'm not asking for any treat. A man wants to sweat himself silly and not allowed. That's a rum start, ain't it? A man wants to sweat the soul out to keep the breath in him and not allowed. That's justice. That's freedom. And all the rest of it. The other day I went to a place in Ezra Road. Governor says to the boss, "Take me on," I says. I haven't done a stroke of work not these 2 months. Takes the heart out of a man. I says, I'm one to work. Not afraid of anything you can give me. My good man, he says. I've had 30 of you in here this morning. I took the first 2 and that's all I want. Thank you, then rot the world, I says. The last thing he says is not the way to get a job. Out you go, my lad. Don't raise your voice 'cause you're starving. Take it lying down. Take it like a sensible man, can't you? And a little way down the street, a lady says to me, "Do you want to earn a few pence, my man?" Give me a dog to hold outside a shop. Out of the butler he was. Tons of meat are gone in the making of him. Did the good it did. Made her feel herself that charitable. But I could see her staring at the cobbler standing alongside me. For fear I should make off with a bloomin' fat dog.
My mother frowns as I tell her that my best friend is in the hospital after a suicide attempt. She only wipes my tears and says, "I hope you don't get any ideas." I was about 8 when I had my first experience with a professional. I realized just how afraid she was of mental illness when she took me to a psychiatrist the next day. How I was a psychiatrist and not a therapist. How she burned holes into my hands while I filled out depression screenings every year after this. We talk about this as a bad summer. She sticks into the drawer, never to be touched again. I don't tell her I have anxiety, for it would only be another memory in the Ziploc bag, another joke with my trauma as the punchline that I am expected to laugh at. To be your mother's biggest fear is for her to never know your pain until you cry tears of crimson. Watch her play in the puddles that they leave and leave footprints along the floor of your body. To be your mother's biggest fear is to never address the elephant in the room. To know that your skin doesn't validate your sickness. To get used to rolled eyes and lip smacks. To only do black prized pieces when she is at attendance at slams. To let anxiety feast on your body until there's nothing but a sob. To watch her practice burial on something that has already died. But Mom, this is not a bad summer where we just talk about depression and get ice cream afterward. It's a year. It's a lifetime. Please know that I surpass all seasons. I am the grass that you have to cut every 2 weeks in the summertime, the windows that you have to change when it starts to feel like autumn. But I also am the blizzard in July, an amazing oxymoron. I am spring, I am spring, I am spring. I keep coming, I am the new day, the reason why flowers still grow in graveyards. I still am your little girl. I'm still teaching myself how to make you smile without making myself suffocate. I can't teach you how to heal me. I can't tell you what I never had the privilege to do. But I promise that you won't die as long as you don't kill me. Please know that even after what happens during the seasons, I still manage to make it around the sun. That even scares me.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Lynch, and I will be performing a monologue from Duncan Macmillan's People, Places, and Things. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Lynch, and I will be performing a monologue from Duncan Macmillan's People, Places, and Things. I find reality pretty difficult. I find the business of getting out of bed and getting on with my day to be really hard. I find picking up my phone to be a mammoth fucking struggle. The number on my inbox, the friends who won't see me anymore, the food pictures and porn videos, the bombings and beheadings, the moral ambivalence you have to just be able to get on with your day. I find the knowledge that we're all just atoms and one day we'll just stop and become dirt in the ground to be overwhelmingly disappointing. And I wish I could feel otherwise. I wish I could be like you, or like my mother, to feel that some things in life are predetermined and meaningful, and that we're somewhere on this path between the start and finish line, but I can't because I care about what's true. What's actually verifiably true. You're able to forfeit rationality for a comforting untruth, so how are you supposed to help me? You're looking at the world through such a tight filter. You're barely living in it. You're barely alive. Drugs and alcohol have never let me down. They have always loved me. There are substances I can put into my bloodstream that make the world perfect. That is the only absolute truth in the universe. I am being difficult because you're trying to take that away from me. So. Sorry.
Forming Kevin's monologue from Heroes of the Fourth Turning. I don't see things in black and white, but I do see them in some sort of extreme. Basically, for me, on one side is the Eucharist, and on the other side is an orgy. Okay, alright. This'll convince you I'm bad. When I think of the Eucharist, when I think of what we actually believe that to be, we're talking about the murder of our God. We are witnesses every week to the sacrifice he made for us with his physical body. How are we not falling down on the ground weeping every time? Why are we ever bored? Because it's been 2,000 years and we know the story already? But that story's new every time, because there's new kinds of sinning every day. And he dies for those sins every time, every day, all over the world, every church, giving us his body so that we can live. And meanwhile, we're just sitting there, checking our phones, speed praying by rote, just saying the words. So, on one extreme, I want it to be that, right? I want it to be all 100% true and perpetual and urgent. I want us to live it all the time. I want us to believe it all the time. But that doesn't happen, right? Not only because we're not good believers and we don't believe it all the time and we're lazy, but also because there are billions of people on this planet who don't believe it, who still somehow manage to live beautiful, moral lives without the pressure of having to believe it. So, what the heck do we do with them? And that's where the other extreme comes in. If there are all these people with their own truths, who are not bothered by the absence of our truth, then I feel a responsibility to learn their truth. If I'm going to judge them for not taking the time to wrestle with my faith, then I'm going to wrestle with theirs. I want to meet their gods. I want to step into their skin, see things the way they see them, feel what they feel, see whether it really is all empty and terrifying, or if there's beauty there. If simultaneous truths can exist, get to the cliff, the brink, the face of the question. Are we the ones who are wrong? Thank you.
I just let it flow. Told my mama I loved her. I talked to each of the boys. I hate saying goodbye. I just told them if I get a chance, I'd call right before I go.
What, Matt? What is it?
My mom kept saying it was after Tella. She always regret that I got involved with him. I didn't want to thinking that. It was something that you said. I could have walked away. I didn't. I was a victim. I was a fucking chicken. He was older and tough as hell. I was just losing up trying to be as tough as him. I couldn't. I didn't have the guts to stand up to him. I told my mama I was yellow. She kept saying, it wasn't you, Matt. It wasn't you, Matt. It wasn't you.
Your mama loves you, Matt.
The boy? Walter?
Yeah? What?
I killed him.
And Hope?
Oh, man.
Did you rape her?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you take responsibility for both of their deaths?
Sure. When lights dimmed on the tail that night, I kneeled down by my bunk. I prayed for them kids. I never done that before.
Oh, Matt. There are spaces of sorrow only God can reach. You did a terrible thing, Matt. A terrible thing. But you have your dignity now. Nobody can take that away. You are a son of God, Matt.
Nobody ever called me no son of God before. Called me a son of you-know-what a lot of times. Never no son of God. I just hope my death can give them parents some relief. I really do.
That's the best thing you can give them, is a sense of peace.
Because I never had no real love myself. Never loved a woman or anybody else. Myself much good. My figures, I'd have to die to find love. Thank you for loving me.
Hi, my name is Talia Speak, and this is Penny from When We Were Young and Unafraid by Sarah Dream. You don't know me. I don't even know me. I don't want to go to college. I'm tired of being smart. It just makes everyone else hate you. Nobody like Tommy has ever even looked at me before. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'm nice to people. I don't make fun of anyone. I never try to make anyone else feel stupid. If I know the answer to a question in class, why can't I say it? But when I say it, nobody asks me to the prom. I did exactly what you told me to. I sat next to him in chemistry class, and I pretended to be confused, and I let him explain it to me, and I didn't correct him, even though I knew he was explaining it wrong. And then, after school, I went to his practice, and I cheered my head off. And I could hear the other girls talking about me, and I knew they were making fun of me. But I said to myself, the only thing that matters is Tommy. The only thing that matters is Tommy. And I didn't react. And then, after school, he walked me home, and I just asked him questions about himself. He didn't ask me a single thing about myself in return, so I thought he must not be interested in me at all. But then he grabbed my hand, and he asked me to go to the prom with him. So it worked! Everything you said to do worked! I don't understand. Why did you tell me how to get him if I can't have him? Thank you.
Hey, I'm Kodiak Thompson, and this is Noel's Lament from Ride the Cyclone. A hooker with a heart of black charcoal. I write poems to burn by firelight, drink champagne and guzzle gin. Good girls call me the town bicycle. Don't knock it till you've tried my life of sin. For I sing songs until the break of dawn. I embrace a new man every night. My life's one never-ending carnival. A whirl of boozy, floozy, flashing light. For I sing songs until the break of dawn. I embrace a new man every night. My life's one never-ending carnival. A whirl of boozy, floozy, flashing light. I want to be that fucked up girl. To be that fucked up girl. If I could have just one dream, I'd be that fucked up girl.
I broke my nose once. It's got a lump, see? I got kicked by a billy goat.
Oh, that ain't much. See how my nose goes crooked right here? I got kicked by a sheriff.
Well, how come he did that?
Beats me. I got scars all over. I've been kicked, cut, punched, shot at, and run over by Dodge Dakota.
Oh my!
I've been stabbed, dragged, drugged, picked up, thrown down, and suffocated.
Does it hurt?
Kind of got used to it after a while.
Your hand, I mean, it's getting all swole up.
Well, it's kind of burning some.
It's a bad color.
Tell you the truth, I don't feel too good neither.
You look like you're sweating.
My mouth tastes like carpet glue.
Oh, are you going to see a doctor?
Well, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking, and maybe what I ought to do is to go see a doctor.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, and maybe I'll sell some of my organs for donation, like my eyes or my kidneys or one of my livers.
Don't you got insurance?
Or maybe I'll sell my blood and buy some presents for the children over at the county work farm, and like some puppy dogs from the puppy dog shelter what nobody wants, and then Nerf balls or grow your own moth kits.
Oh my!
Or maybe I'll take a bus full of like old people, take them out to the zoo or the water park, or maybe I'll just hand out toothbrushes at the bus station, or catch some night crawlers to feed to the baby birds or lizards and whatnot.
Oh my!
Or maybe I'll change my name to Hank or Arlo or Elvis, and I'll wear sunglasses all the time, and then people will be like, who's that mysterious fellow what lives in yonder forest, wears sunglasses all the time, and helps out the children, the old people, and the baby birds? Is he insane? Does he have special powers? What do you think happened to his hand?
Oh, that sounds like MacGyver. Maybe.
Or maybe I'll just stay on this bus and ride this bus till tomorrow, and tomorrow.
Is that in Mexico?
Truth is, I don't know where I'm going. I'm scared of getting off this bus.
Well, how come?
Can't say.
Oh. Well, when we get to Fort Worth, we could get a bag of ice. That'll make the swelling go down some. And if we stop at a restroom, we could get like some paper towels, and maybe we could get some glue somewhere and some water, and I could make you a cast for it.
You do that for me?
Uh-huh. I got special talents.
You think it'd work?
Well, it worked on Jupiter. He was my dog. He didn't really break his leg, but we used to play doctor until he ran away. I also got a hamster. His name is Ready Sunshine. I made a whole body cast for him once. Except I used duct tape. And when I tried to take it off, he bit clean through to my bone. See? So then I pretended he had rabies and I had to give myself a shot in the stomach. Except I used water, and boy, does that make you lightheaded. And once I shaved the back of my mama's head when she was passed out.
You know what they do to horses when they break their hand?
Well, yes. Yes, I do.
They shoot them.
I know.
They take them out and they shoot them.
It ain't right. It really just ain't right that they just.
I've been thinking maybe.
Maybe.
I think maybe that's what.
That's what. What?
I think that a nice girl like you ought to be talking to. To
a what?
I think that maybe I should just take my good hand here and just.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. Please don't. This is not the way at all. You do. Stop. Oh my Lord.
Ooh-wee.
Boy, howdy.
Tell you what. I ain't never.
Sorry, I can't believe. Sorry, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just mean that. I didn't mean strike.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Nella,
Uh-huh.
I gotta tell you something.
Uh-huh.
When you was asleep,
Uh-huh.
I poked at your knee, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times.
You did?
Yeah, sometimes I do things and I I I I, I, I don't know why.
Well, there was no harm done now, is there?
You had your mouth open.
I did.
Nella, when you was asleep,
Uh-huh.
I smelt your hair.
You did?
It smelled like a diaper.
Oh, that's powder. I got a rash.
On your hair?
On my on on my bosom.
Oh, oh. Nella,
Uh-huh.
when you was asleep,
Uh-huh.
I told myself I would protect you. I said I will protect her from harm while she is asleep.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Well, you are just the kindest, gentlest, most kindest man I have ever met.
I'm not even in yet, so this might not even be a problem. Mom. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone behind your back. It's not like I'm definitely going to New York. Mom. Mom, aren't you at least a little proud that I'm so close to making it in? Just a little? I mean, yes, I'm sure it was easier with, 9/11 and terrorism and less people applying and all that. Still, though. I'm sorry. I know I can lie and be a bad person, but please, Mom. Please, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I appreciate everything you've done for me. I'm ungrateful, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I wanted more. Talk to me. Please. Mom, talk to me. I know. I'm so bad. But please, just please.
Oh, I'm not sweating it. I've been out here on my own since I was 15. I didn't need him then, and I damn sure don't need him now. I'm still going to get mine regardless. And I know he thought I wasn't going to be able to finish high school without his support. I did. And I know he thought I wasn't going to be able to get through college either. I am. And I didn't ask him for one dime. I'm going to always grind to take care of me. Whatever I can't afford, that's what they have loans for. And the thing is, I don't know what I ever did to him. All I did was let him do what he wanted. And I never said anything to anybody either.
part because I knew nobody would believe me. The other part because I thought that meant he loved me. Why you got me talking about this? I just wanted to spend some time with you. When it was time for me to go to prom, I didn't need him. I didn't need him at my graduation, and when I get married, he better not show his sorry ass up there either. I want to finish school, go to grad school and go to medical school, and then he will see what kind of woman he could have raised. You know what? I will never ask him or any other man for nothing. God is my witness.
Hello, my name is Sam Tereshko, and I'm going to be doing Marianne from When We Were Young and Unafraid by Sarah Treem. Thank you. I have loved him since I was 15 years old. We were children together. And then he went to war, and he came back differently, and all I tried to do was to stand by him and to understand that he was in pain and that he was scared, and when he's scared, he gets angry, and when he's angry, leaving him is the hardest thing I have ever had to do. I did it, and I am never going back, but I still love him. I wish you could understand that. I can get those myself, Paul. I am going to have this baby in a safe home, and he is going to grow up strong and kind. He will love me, and I will love him, and he will be good, and I will be good, and that is all I want from life. I don't want to fight your fight. I don't even know what it is you're fighting for. I don't know why everything fell apart. I was trying so hard. I always try so hard. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello, Lee. It's Randy. Hello, Lee.
Yeah. Hi, I'm here. Sorry. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good.
So I was just calling to, well, George told me about Joe, and I just wanted to call and say that I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind me calling.
No, I don't mind. Thank you. How are you?
Well, not so good right now. I mean, I guess we should have seen it coming, but it's still kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
How's Patrick doing? Beyond the obvious, obviously.
He's good. It's hard to tell with kids, so. Yeah. He doesn't really open up with me, but I think he's okay. He's got a lot of friends, so that's good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is.
So, I don't know if you planned a service or anything yet, but, well, I was also gonna ask, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to be there. You know, if it's okay with you.
Of course you can.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it would mean a lot to me.
You should come. I'll let you know what it's gonna be.
Okay. Thank you. So can I ask, how are you?
I don't know. How are you?
Well, you know, we're actually doing pretty well. I should probably tell you, well, I'm pregnant, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. like ready to pop.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know if I should tell you.
No,
but
it's fine. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. You probably would have deduced it for yourself when you see me.
Yeah.
So can I ask?
Actually, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I gotta go pick up Patrick, and I'm slightly late, so I should go.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, I was just calling to make sure it was okay if Josh and I, came to the funeral.
It's totally okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lee. God bless.
So long.
Hi, my name is Yasmin Enoch, and I'm doing Rose from Slow Dance on the Killing Ground by William Henley. If you knew me better, you see this is exactly the kind of thing that's likely to happen to me. Getting knocked up, I mean. You see, if I was lucky, Harold and I would have succumbed to our little silly passions, and that would have been that. The end of it. In New Rochelle, of all places? At least if it had been in some nice apartment in the village, say, with the sound coming through the window of people in traffic. The breeze blowing the curtain over the bed, like in the movies. But no. I lost my virginity in an attic of an old house in New Rochelle. Harold's grandmother's house. On a rainy day in the spring, on the floor of the attic in his grandmother's house. Listening to the rain of the roof breathing in the dust of old things? And what comes next but his grandmother, who's supposed to be in the city for the day? But instead, she's standing there suddenly screaming, "Stop that this instant!" Needless to say, that was out of the question. Stopping at that particular moment. I guess it sounds funny now, but at the time, it was pretty rotten. Sordid, I mean. It wasn't all the way it's supposed to be. And Harold, of all people, Harold is 6'2", about 125 pounds tops, and an economics major at CCNY. That's about the best I'll ever be able to do. I know it. Ever since I found out I was pregnant, I've been walking around with a face down in the hair, and my mother kept saying, "What's the matter with you anyway? I don't know what's gotten into you lately." So finally, I decided to tell her. A kid named Harold, as a matter of fact.
How many more people have to die? How many more black families have to cry before our voices are heard? I'm tired of my people becoming names on shirts. Cops are killing black people before they even ask a question. And yet a white man with an AR-15 can just walk right past without question. A white murderer can be given fast food. And yet a black man can't even make it out the damn drive-thru! This is just painful to keep watching on the news. And crying is still all black families can do.
Act 1. Lights up on a Negro. Beverly is peeling carrots, real carrots, on a theater set that looks like a nice living and dining room in a nice house in a nice neighborhood. Beverly stops peeling carrots for music. The music plays. She dances her way back over to peeling carrots. She peels until the music from the speaker goes a little funny, feedback or something like it. It makes Beverly nervous for a moment. Beverly steels herself. She glares at the speaker, and the speaker fixes itself. And then Beverly thinks, everything is fine. Everything is going to be perfect today. Good. And then Beverly does that thing. She applies makeup in a pretend mirror hung on the fourth wall. It's a very normal thing to have happen in a play. As she looks at herself, Dayton enters with a bunch of silverware. He sees her. He watches her. Eventually, she feels herself being looked at. She jumps and turns to him, startled.
Oh. What are you looking at?
You?
Me?
That's right.
You can't just sneak up on people, Dayton.
Sneak up on people?
You say hello when you come in a room.
I can't sneak up on you. You're my wife.
You say hello. You don't just watch a person.
Sneak up on Beverly. I live here.
You don't just watch a person and they don't know you're there and you're just there looking at them.
But what if I just like to look at you?
Can't you look at me and say hello?
Nuh-uh. Not when you look as fine as you do.
You can be sweet when you want to, can't you?
Come over here and give me a kiss.
But Mama's just upstairs and...
Ain't no one but us here now.
That's right.
Don't tell me I'm right. Show me.
But I'm so behind. If I don't get these carrots ready, then...
Beverly Frazier, if you don't come over here and tell me what you think of me...
And what do we have here?
We have... silverware!
I asked you to bring place settings for 6. And what did you bring me?
6 forks, 6 knives, and 6 spoons.
Dessert forks and butter knives and serving spoons. What's a person supposed to eat with that?
Food.
Oh, Dayton. This is Mama's birthday, and she was already in a mood when she went upstairs. Everything must be perfect, or...
I gotta take that.
Don't you dare.
I got to take
Don't you dare pick up that phone. Dayton?
Just one
Dayton!
Hello?
Who is it?
Okay, now is not a good time.
Who is it?
In the first round?
Who is it?
No one, dear. Listen, just don't overspend on the fence.
Dayton!
Okay, good. All right, great. Listen, I will call you right back. Just focus on the counting stats. Okay, great. Bye. Thank you. All right. What?
Dayton? I really need you here today. It's Mama's birthday. A big one.
Beverly, I am here. Here I am, trying to help you.
Let me lose my mind is what?
No. Trying to help you keep it. So tell me, woman, what do you want from me?
6 knives, 6 forks, and 6 spoons.
6 spoons. All right, Beverly, all right.
I'm going to seat Mama here.
At the head of the table?
It's her birthday.
It's my house.
Oh, our house? So, Mama, me, Keisha, Tyrone, you, and Jasmine.
No. You didn't tell me that Jasmine's coming today.
Oh, didn't I?
No!
Of course Jasmine's coming. She's my sister.
You know, I thought you wanted this dinner to go well.
Dayton, please. God.
That woman knows everything about everybody and never has one good thing to say about anybody. She's a one-woman FBI, NSA, KGB.
He's family. And family is everything.
Is everything. Family is everything. I know. Shut up, Dayton, and get the silverware. I know.
Thank you, Dayton. You're a big help. Oh, and bring back the root vegetables you bought. I need to get them in the oven. And the cheese plate. Dayton? You bought the root vegetables that I asked you to, didn't you? Dayton? Dayton! Oh, how come he can hear me when I'm not even talking to him? But the second I ask him for something, he can't hear a thing. Oh, company's here. And I'm not ready. Oh, I haven't even started the root vegetables in at least an hour. Oh, no. Dayton! Oh, my Lord, what did I tell you about putting beer on my coffee table? It's like he doesn't care what we look like to people. Oh, Lord, give me strength. Dayton! And where is the cheese plate? Oh, Dayton!
All right. Listen to me. I will answer the door. You finish in the kitchen.
I just wanted everything to go well today.
Everything is going to be fine. Don't worry.
I have almost forgot the taste of fears. If time has been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fell of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as if life weren't in it. I have supped full with horrors, direness once familiar to my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry? She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Hello, my name is Gabriella Barrett, and I will be reciting Portia's monologue from The Merchant of Venice. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives, and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself, and earthly power doth then show likest God's when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thou follow, this strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there. Thank you.
Hi, this is Kayla Wong, and I'll be performing a monologue from Tartuffe. Yes, so he tells us, and, sir, it seems to me such pride goes very ill with piety. But this approach I see has drawn a blank. Let's speak then of his person, not his rank. Doesn't it seem to you a trifle grim to give a girl like her to a man like him? When two are so ill-suited, can't you see what the sad consequence is bound to be? A young girl's virtue is imperiled, sir, when such a marriage is imposed on her. And if one's bridegroom isn't to one's taste, it's hardly an inducement to be chaste. And many a man with horns upon his brow has made his wife the thing that she is now. It's hard to be a faithful wife, in short, to certain husbands of a certain sort. The father who gives his daughter to a man she hates must answer for her sins at heaven's gates. Think, sir, before you play so risky a role. Thank you.
Hi, this is Nori Muhammad, and I'll be performing a monologue from Othello. But I do think it is their husbands' fault if wives do fall. Say they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousies, throwing restraint upon us. Or say they strike us and scant our former having in despite. Why, we have galls, and though we have some grace, yet we have some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. They see and smell and have their palates for both sweet and sour as their husbands have. What is it that they do when they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is, and doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is frailty that thus errs? It is so too, and have not we affections, desires for sport and frailty as men have? Then let them use us well. Else, let them know the ills we do, their ills instruct us so. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rose, and I will be doing Viola's monologue from the 12th Night, Act 2, Scene 2. I left no ring with her. What means this, lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger, none of my lord's ring. He left her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their form. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Doreen Nguyen, and this is Helena's monologue from All's Well That Ends Well. Then I confess, here on my knee, before high heaven and you, that before you and next unto high heaven, I love your son. My friends were poor, but honest. So is my love. Be not offended, for it hurts not him that he is loved of me. I follow him not by any token of presumptuous suit, nor would I have him till I do deserve him. Yet never know how that desert should be. I know I love in vain, strive against hope. Yet in this captious and untenable sieve, I still pour in the waters of my love and lack not to lose still. thus, Indian-like, religious in mine error. I adore the sun that looks upon his worshipper, but knows of him no more. My dearest madam, let not your hate encounter with my love, for loving where you do. But if yourself, whose aged honor cites a virtuous youth, did ever, in so true a flame of liking, wish chastely and love dearly, that your Diane was both herself and love, oh, then give pity to her, whose state is such that cannot choose, but lend and give where she is sure to lose, who seeks not to find that her search implies, but riddle-like, lives sweetly where she dies.
I have no wife. I have nothing in France. Nothing in France until he has no wife. Thou shalt have none, Brazilian, none in France, then hast thou all again. Poor Lord, is it I that chased thee from thy country and exposed those tender limbs of thine to the event of the non-sparing war? And is it I that drive thee from the sportive court where thou wast shot at with fair eyes to be the mark of smoky muskets? Oh, you leaden messengers that ride upon the violent speed of fire, fly with false aim, move the still-piecing air that sings with piercing. Do not touch my lord. Whoever shoots at him, I set him there. Whoever charges on his forward breast, I am the caitiff that do hold him to it. And though I kill him not, I am the cause his death were so affected. Better 'twere I met the raven lion when he roared with sharp constraint of hunger. Better 'twere that all the miseries which nature owes were mine at once. No. Come thou home, Brazilian, whence honor but of danger wins a scar, as oft it loses all. I will be gone. My being here it is that holds thee hence. Shall I stay here to do it? No. No, although the air of paradise did fan the house, and angels officed all. I will be gone. That pitiful rumor may report my flight to consolate thine ear. Come night and day, for with the dark poor thief I'll steal away.
He just has scars that never felt a wound, but soft, but like beyond the window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all of the heavens, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle. In their spirits do they return. What if her eyes were there, in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth the lamp. Her eyes would through the airy regions stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I wear a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Thou know'st the mask of nights is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou'st heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form. Fain. Fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say Jove laughs, O gentle Romeo. If thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkst him too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was where my true love passion. Therefore, pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Oh, farewell. What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath said to him, the hour is fixed, the match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman? My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawn at. And I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms. And by him that does me this wrong. Terms, names, Amamen sounds well. Lucifer, well. Barbison, well. These are the names of fiends, yes, but cuckold? Cuckold. The devil himself hath not such a name.
Thank you. And Emily, I want to ask you a favor. If I go away to State Agricultural College next year, will you write me a letter? Well, the day wouldn't come when I wouldn't want to know everything about our town. You know, Emily, whenever I meet a farmer, I ask him if he thinks it's important to go to agricultural school, to be a good farmer. And some of them even say it's a waste of time. And like you say, being gone all that time in other places, meeting other people, I guess new people aren't any better than the old ones. Emily, I feel you're as good a friend as I've got. I don't need to go meet people in other towns. Emily, I'm gonna make up my mind right now. I won't go. I'll tell Pa about it tonight.
And I always walk so far and ride so fast. I never have time to stop and ask myself no question.
If you did stop, what question would you ask?
I'd probably ask, Big man, where are you going?
Big man, where are you going?
I don't know. I reckon I better kiss you again. Anybody ever kiss you before I did, Lizzie?
Yes, once.
When was that?
I was about 12, I guess. And there was this boy with freckles and red hair, and I thought he was the beginning of the world, but he never paid me any mind. But then one day, he was standing around with a bunch of other boys, and he suddenly shot over to me and kissed me hard on the lips. And for a minute, I was all stirred up. But then he ran back over to the other kids and said, see, I'd kiss anything on a dare. And I'd kiss anything on a dare, even the old man's pig. So I ran home up the back steps, locked myself in my room, looked at myself in the mirror, and from that day on, I knew I was playing.
Are you playing? Lizzie.
No. I'm beautiful.
You are. When I leave here, don't you ever forget that.
I'll try to remember everything you ever said.
Lizzie, I want to live forever.
I hope you do. Wherever you are, I hope you do.
You don't say that as if you think I'll ever get what I'm after.
I don't know what you're after.
I'm after a clap of lightning. I want things to be as pretty as when I get them as they are when I'm thinking about them.
I think they're prettier when you get them.
No. There ain't no world as pretty as the one I got up here. Nothing's as pretty in your hands as it is in your head. Why is that?
Maybe because you don't take the time to see it. Always on the go, here, there, nowhere, running away, keeping your own company. Maybe if you kept company with the world,
I'd learn to love it.
you might. If you saw it real. Some nights I'm playing poker with the boys. Some nights I'm washing dishes and Pop's playing poker with the boys. And, well, I look at him real close, and at first you just see an ordinary middle-aged man. Nothing really interesting to look at. But then, minute by minute, I start to see little things I never saw in him before. Good things, bad things, queer little habits I never noticed he had. And suddenly I know who he is, and I love him so much I could cry. And I thank God I took the time to see it real.
Well, I ain't got the time.
Then you ain't got no world, except the one you make up in your head.
Lizzie, I got something to tell you. You were right. I'm a liar and a con man and a fake. I never made rain in my entire life. Not a single raindrop.
I know.
All my life wanting to make a miracle. Just nothing. I'm a great big blowhard.
No. You're all dreams, and it's no good to live in your dreams.
It's no good to live outside them either.
Somewhere in between the two.
Yeah. Lizzie, would you like me to stay for a while?
Did I hear you right?
Not forever, understand, just a few days.
You're not fooling me, are you, Starbuck?
No, I'm serious.
Would you stay, would you?
A few days, yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Lizzie.
I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it.
Lizzie.
You look up at the sky and you cry for a star, and you never think you're gonna get it, but then one night there it is. Shining in your hand.
Hi, my name is Isabel Robin. Someone will hold me and give
if I could fly, God, I'd fly so far away. So, this is my room. This is my phone. I've pretty much been sick ever since I was born. That's me. Yup. They try to tell stuff, and now we're at the point where I just need a new thing. So I wait. But I'm a pretty good candidate, I guess, because I'm young and I came by this crap honestly. It's genetic. Yay. Anyway, livers are a robust organ, so the whole process isn't as sketchy as it could be, but it's still kind of crazy. So my life is kind of crazy. So I'm kind of crazy. I mean, I've always been kind of sick, but not you can't go to school sick, which sucks, like, so much. I mean, I'm a senior. I have crucial things to do. And then out of the blue, my house is like this crappy clinic, and my mom's on constant red alert all the time, and everything is just so weird. I mean, even the crap people post online is weird. Suddenly it's full of kittens and winky faces and "we miss you, girl," and that is so not my style. So
Look, I didn't make you people. God did. Okay? But there was a design flaw in the creation. Yeah. You were given free will. And to balance that out, you were designed to self-correct. Now, unlike the free will muscle, the self-correct muscle is not a particular favorite of the Homo sapiens. I'd say self-correct falls somewhere between colonoscopy and firing squad on anyone's holiday wish list. At any rate. The truth is, I don't have to actively compete for human souls. I don't have to lull, or flatter, or tempt, or deceive. Because with God at the helm, and you people running around wreaking havoc. I'll be honest, I spend most of my time on the couch watching 1-hour HBO dramas. Now I wish I could be more help here, I really do. But that's what it comes down to. I'm just a fallen angel trying to keep his dick hard in a monotheistic society. Any other questions?
Oh, don't even answer that. That was... I know that's a horrible question to ask a person who lives in a small town, as if everybody in small towns knows everybody else. I can't believe I asked that. I'm so sorry. I don't live here anymore, but when I did, I hated when people assumed I knew everybody in the small town just because it was small. It was worse than when people would ask, "How's the plumbing way up there?" Because, you know, people in small towns really don't know each other any better than in big towns. You know that? I mean, you know who you know, and you don't know who you don't know. Just like anywhere else. I'm so sorry to have bothered you tonight. I was just sure that... When his parents passed away, he kept the house, I heard. He lived here. He stayed here. I thought. He was one of the ones who stayed. I didn't stay. I went away. My name is Colin Mash. That was Hope's monologue from Almost Maine. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Casey Lazanne, and this is Rose's monologue from The Wool Gatherer. You may think it's funny, but I was the last one to see them alive last summer. There's only 7 of them in the world, and the zoo had 4 of them. I used to walk there every night just to watch them stand so still in the water. And they walked so graceful, in slow motion. And they had legs as skinny as my little finger. Long legs. And there's only 7 of them in the world because they killed them off for feathers, for ladies' hats or something. And one night, a gang of boys came by with radios to their ears and cursing real bad, F and everything. And I was, scared. And they started saying things to me, dirty things, and laughing at the birds. And one kid threw a stone to see how close he could splash the birds. And another kid tried to see how close he could splash the birds, and they all started throwing stones to see how close they could splash the birds. And I started screaming, "Stop it, stop it!" And a stone hit a bird's leg, and it bended like a straw. And the birds keeled over the water, flapping wings in the water. And the kids kept laughing and throwing stones, and I kept screaming, "Stop it, stop it!" But they couldn't hear me through the ugly music on the radios. And they kept laughing and cursing and throwing stones. And I ran and got the zoo guard, and he got his club. And we ran back to the place of the birds, but the kids were gone. And there was white feathers on the water. And the water was real still. And there was big swirls of blood. And the birds were real still. Their beaks a little open. Legs broke. Toes curled. Still. Like the world stopped. And the guard was saying something to me, but I couldn't hear him. Just saw his mouth moving. I started screaming, and the cops came and they took me to the hospital and they gave me a needle to make me stop screaming. And they never caught the gang. But even if they did, what good's that? They can't make the birds come alive again.
Oh, whatever happened to so long? Nice to meet you. What disease? It's a lie. Who says so? Everybody lies. I'm panicked, Mother Courage. Customers avoid me like the plague. It's like I hung a sign over my cooch saying, "Remember, you must die." Why the hell am I stitching new crap to this fucking hat? I never used to drink in the mornings. It gives you crow's feet, but so what? Pride isn't for people like us. If you can't learn to eat shit and like it, then down you go. Oh, let her listen. She should learn what it's like to lose a man and spend 10 bad years looking for him, never finding him. She should learn what love is. It started in Flanders because I was a girl there. Well, if I'd been a girl anyplace else, I wouldn't have seen him that day. Dutch, tall and thin. Now, I'm in Poland because he cooked for the army. A thin cook. What I didn't know then, Katrin, is to stay away from the thin boys. And I didn't know that he had another girlfriend. Or that they called him Piping Peter because even when he did it, he kept his pipe in his mouth. And with him doing it was just a casual thing. By day, I would despise him, and then when night fell, I loved the liberties he took. He was my oppressor and my lover. For me, we were one and the same. And everyone said, oh, her love's just convenient. And what we agreed on was my shame. A cloud that hid the sun announced my joy was done. You've had your fun, but troops move on. You wait all night, where can he be? Your lover and your enemy. His army's marching and he's gone. Well, anyone wants it, be my guest. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matthew Green, and this is Ned from Small Mouth Sounds by Bess Wool. Hello, thank you for taking my question. First, I just want to thank my fellow retreaters for the great questions that everyone's brought up so far. I know it's only been a couple of days, but my mind is like... So, on that note, I can't really stand here without acknowledging, wow, you have changed my life. I love your books and your podcast, and I basically think you're like a total rock star. So, just kind of wanted to put that out there. So, where to begin? My question is sort of big. It's, well, you know how there's the planet, Earth, and then there's, a quick sidebar. About 4.5 years ago, I fell while rock climbing and shattered my skull in 8 places. I was in the hospital for about 2.5 years, during which I lost my job at a major marketing firm, and my wife started sleeping with my little brother, although of course I wasn't aware of that at the time. And then the week I got out of the hospital, I was the victim of an armed robbery in which they took, you know, my wallet, my credit cards, social security card, which led to my identity ultimately being stolen. Although I wasn't aware of that at the time either. But later, after my house burned down, long story, I became aware that I have bad credit due to the identity theft, and also some loans that I took out from my brother, who was a recovering heroin addict, and also a musician. I gave him the money before I found out he was sleeping with my wife, obviously. So, yeah. I got divorced, I started drinking, my parents died 6 months apart. I had thoughts of suicide, which were, well, pretty much constant. And right, as I was saying, I got a new job. It's volunteer, for now, at this place, Earthwatch. It's an environmental, and it's just become very clear at Earthwatch, with what's happening with the planet, it's not good. It really is the end of the world. At least as we know it. I mean, so much suffering is in store. It just is. And it may be too late. I mean, it probably is already too late to do anything about it. So my intention is just to breathe and find peace with all of this. But I keep thinking that maybe we shouldn't be at peace, because to be at peace in a world that's at war just seems wrong. Sorry. If I could just stay present and wake up to enlightenment, maybe I would understand that none of this matters. But I think I'm wondering, given everything, you know, everything, what was my question? Shit.
maybe I just had to take this job because I don't have any money and I want different options, but I don't have them, and it just reflects in the way that I create the sandwiches.
Okay.
I mean, do you like it here?
I mean, no, I don't like it here. I would like it better if, like, we could, like, I don't know, like, hang out more.
Hang out? Tomorrow?
I don't know, like, if you're free.
I have to work. I have a double tomorrow here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You just don't want to make time for me, I guess. You don't want to be friends outside work. That's fine.
But I don't want to be friends with you. It's that this is like kind of the only thing I have going on in my life. And I don't feel good about it. And, you know, I don't know if a sandwich-based friendship is really going to work out for me right now.
This always happens. I make sacrifices for you, but then you never make sacrifices for me.
What are you talking about? I got the dog. For us.
Yes, but you wanted it.
For us, though. For you and me.
You never just think about me. You always think about us. We're two individual people. Yeah, we're in a partnership, but maybe something that's good for you isn't good for me, and we need to take sacrifices for the benefit of the other person, you know?
Individual people? We're a couple. Are you saying you don't want to be a couple?
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that, look, we even have this job together, and we have to stay at home together, and we just spend a lot of time together, and I feel like our lives are just running into each other, and I need to have a separate life besides a relationship, you know?
Freaking out.
Okay, what are you freaking out about? How about we calm down first and then talk about the laundry?
Okay, I just feel like I'm like suffocated. I feel like I don't know like what's happening between us, and we've been friends for so long, but like I don't know what to do anymore because you're never here. And how do you feel? What do you feel about this?
I mean, I think everything's going great, you know? I mean, you know, we have a good thing going on, you know? We live together, we hang out, we're friends, you know? We do the laundry together, you know?
Do the laundry together, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. That's a good relationship, right? Like,
I mean, it's a good friendship, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good
friendship, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is like, what's so crazy about that, you know? You don't have to worry. I mean, you know what you should do? You gotta get laid, man.
Yeah, I should find someone else that isn't you.
I mean, that's a weird way to put it, but okay.
Are you offended?
No, I'm not like offended. Just I put a lot of energy into getting that interview for you because I thought you were gonna take.
I feel like you're angry. This is what I was afraid of.
No, I'm not angry. I don't get angry like that, Stacy. You know that. But why can't you do both?
See, sometimes I feel like you don't really care what's best for me. Because
Okay, see, now that's gonna hurt my feelings. No, I care about what's best for you, and what's best for you is to spend time with me, your roommate, best friend, everything. Hello.
this goes beyond the job, Ailey. This is something I really want you to be happy about. For me, you know, you're my best friend. You're my roommate. I tell you everything. And I know, you know, maybe this isn't what you wanted for me, but this is what I want for me. And I just want your support.
But, well, something else to say to me? Anything else? Am I taking advantage of you in any other way? Ma'am?
You know what? It's not about the milk. It's not about the milk. And it's not about the eggs. It's about the fact that I just don't think I can live with you anymore. I don't.
Why? We've only been living together for like a year and a half. Like,
a year and a half too long. That's the thing. This has completely ruined our friendship. I don't know if you're feeling the same way, but I just can't even stand it anymore. It's like the second I hear the door open and you come home, I'm like, oh my God, get me out of this damn place.
Why? Like, when did? Okay, listen.
Blare
I'm
your
not feeling
music
the same way.
all the time when you know I have class. You eat all my food, like I just said. You're always late on rent, and I have to cover it for you. I'm like hundreds of dollars deep in this, and it just feels like it's not even friendship anymore.
Okay, okay.
I think that we should just move out, to be completely honest.
We're not gonna get our check back. That's the issue.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should pay for it then, because I've been putting out all the money. You should have a couple extra hundreds of dollars laying around. I'm gonna go talk to the leasing agent. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. I cannot live here anymore. I literally can't.
Listen, I need you. Like,
what?
It's hard. Like, since I lost my job, like, it's not the best thing for me. I don't want to do that, but like, I need you. Please just wait out until the lease is done, please.
What was that?
You're in my yard digging. What's the deal?
Oh, sorry. I heard that there's treasure down here.
No, just my dead dog. Well, his ashes, actually. I buried him a few years ago.
Oh.
Other than that, I don't think there's going to be anything over there.
Sorry for your loss.
It's cool. Could you stop?
Why?
Because I just put down new sod and I don't really want you digging it up.
I thought you liked having me here.
I sure don't.
You don't remember the tea time we had?
Oh, I vaguely, yeah. That was kind of just, you know, when you move into a new place and you kind of feel obligated to invite people over and make friends. It was like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, is this your dead dog's collar?
That it sure is. Thank you.
Well, I can sell this for $20. Oh my
That
God.
I really don't want you to sell.
Big day today, huh?
Really big day.
You don't sound very excited.
Not. I'm nervous.
I don't need to be nervous. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna meet a whole bunch of new people. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I just don't see why you're not coming with me.
I figured it would be a little embarrassing for your sister to come with you on the first day of high school. But
like, you come with me to everything else. You came with me to my roller derby thing last week, and I'm scared to go anywhere without you.
Well, this is your opportunity to be really brave, and maybe you'll meet somebody like me that you'll be able to take places who's more at your age level.
Wait, are you saying you don't want to hang out with me anymore?
No, I didn't say that. I just said that maybe it's time that you made some friends your own age.
You don't like me.
I do like you. I like you a lot. You're wonderful. But I'm older than you. I have friends of my own that I met in high school.
I can be older. I can do it.
You can't will yourself to be older.
I can get my ears pierced. I can get a tattoo. You have a tattoo.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. I want you to be happy, and I feel like sometimes, because you and I hang out all the time, that I'm getting in the way of that for you. Maybe I was too overprotective all along, and maybe that's stopped you from becoming your own person.
Yeah, I'm gonna become my own person now.
Okay.
I don't need you at all.
Okay. Also, you know what? Great.
Do you want me to drive you to school?
No, I don't want you to drive me to school. I'm gonna walk to school.
Okay.
Are you done using that floss? Because I want to floss now because I'm old.
We're not using the same floss.
Why?
Because you need me your own person, and your own person uses your own goddamn floss. Here's the floss.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want me to straighten the back of your hair? It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have fun. And I'll drive you and get Dunkin' Donuts on the way.
It's every college student's favorite time of year. That's right, guys. Thanksgiving dinner. All I want is a slice of pumpkin pie. What do I get? I get interviewed like I'm the next biggest thing on CBS's 60 Minutes. Grandma, I hate to break it to you, but you're not Diane Sawyer. The yearly interrogation begins. So, you got a boyfriend? No, I'm just worrying about myself for now. Come on, you gotta think about settling down, honey. I mean, I'll just die if I don't have a couple little great grandbabies running around here in a few years. Grandma, I'm only 22. Ow. I was on my second husband by 22. Can somebody pass the yams? Now it's Aunt Karen's turn to play detective tonight. So, how's school? Now, I can answer that one of two ways. Just great, or the truth, which is, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life. And even you just bringing up school right now makes me want to yank my hair out. I'll settle for the former. Aw, how cute. Well, my little girl, all grown up, she just discovered the cure for mad cow disease. Isn't that great? What have you accomplished in your 4 years? Well, I've written this poem making fun of you. Sorry. Could someone pass the mashed potatoes again? Who'd y'all vote for? Crickets. This is the first time all night everyone's quiet. In a, how should I say, politically diverse family, there is no right answer. And if Uncle Bill's tacky red hat is of any indication, he's not gonna appreciate the truth. And to my tattooed blue-haired cousin, help! I think it's time for the pie. Yeah? Yes, ma'am. Attention shifts to our freshly baked dessert, and it looks like we're safe. At least until Christmas rolls around.